Hey everybody, this is Perch. I'm always kind of surprised. I'm always amused. Every now and then I do a review of something that's salty or, I don't know, more negative, and people are like, "Wow, this is." I don't know. People always have a million hilarious analogies, and what I'd like you to do right now, and I'm trying to take the advice YouTube gives me, even though they don't give me all my money. Where's my money, bitch? Um, Go, like and subscribe to the Perch channel. Are you listening to this first time and you are not subscribed to the Perch channel? Subscribe. What do you get for your subscription? Well, I mean, nothing. You if you turn on the notifications, you get like way too many notifications because I do like 2 videos a day, sometimes more. So you're going to be annoyed as shit about that. So turn off the notifications, but definitely subscribe. Now, what's the downside to that? Nothing. Who gives a shit? You're going to see some links pop up in your YouTube. If you're like me and almost every other YouTube user, you'll type things into the search bar and then go find what you want. You're not going to just go to whatever YouTube serves you on the home screen. Who gives a fuck about that? So subscribe. What's wrong with you? Get this channel to 100,000. Face reveal at 100,000. Guaranteed. Well, probably not, but you go ahead. So many people have seen my face at this point. I've met so many people at cons. And what's funny is it's a combination of like people are like, wow, you're Perch. Wow, good for you. Oh, you're older. But you're not as old as I thought. Everybody always struggles with it. Like, you're kind of simultaneously older than I thought and not as old as I thought. Like, you do not have gray hair, but you got a little bit of Reed Richards thing going on. You're not fat, but you're also not you're not as thin as I thought. You're sort of in shape, but not really. I don't know. You're not short, but you're not tall. You're like a good solid 5'10". You're white, but there's something wrong with your eyes. You got something else going on. I saw somebody at a con. They're like, you're white-ish. I'm like, yeah, I'm whitish. I'm European white plus 20% of other shit. They're like, your eyes are weird. I'm like, I mean, okay, thanks, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. Um, any, anyway, it's fuck. There's that cough again. I'm never gonna get better. God damn. Man, the sad part is, all you people listening to this right now, help my wife. So help Mrs. Perch. So when I die, and here's the way it's going to happen, is there's going to be a bunch of videos that are already queued up. So I'm going to die, and then like several weeks of videos are going to continue to go on. Mumbles is going to continue to shit on me for like, I don't know, like a month. And then the videos will suddenly stop, and there won't be videos. And then people will be like, hey, where's Perch? And then there's gonna be like nobody knows, and like there's no Twitter activity, and like what happened? And like, he must have gotten sick of it. And then one of the people who knows my number, I don't know, like a Sean or a Joe Casey or Larry or Joe, is gonna like they're eventually gonna call my phone, and then eventually somehow they'll get connected to my wife. Who has my wife's number? I think Sean does. Anyway, somebody's gonna call my wife, and my wife's like, yeah, he's dead. And then the word will get out. Look, but it will be the slow, protracted process. But here's what I ask of all of you: when you all know I'm dead, please like get in touch with Mrs. Perch, and I want you to arrange a awesome funeral. I think in her mind she's like, we'll cremate him and we'll like blow his ashes out into the sea. I mean, we're in Texas right now, so who the fuck knows like where that? Please, if she's gonna do that, like send her to a good sea. God, don't send her to the Gulf of Mexico. Like, come on. Use that YouTube money. Use that $200 and get me into Fiji. Okay, like give me a good funeral. But when you come to the funeral, like bring beer, right? Or ideally bring some whiskey and have a good time. Please do that for me. This got dark. Anyway, I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to talk about in this video. Somehow I got onto my death. I don't know. I worry about this a lot actually. Like I die and then everybody fucks up the funeral. I need to write a will. That's what I need to do. All of you are learning that I'm super neurotic at this point. Anyway, where, what, I have no idea. This is the absolute off the rails video of all time. I literally have no idea what I started talking about when I started doing this. What the fuck was it? I don't know. I'd pause the video and go back and check, but that would take way too much work. So now I'm going to just pivot to some other topic, I think, than whatever the hell I was going to talk about. Then midway through it, I'm going to figure out something else. These are the kind of videos that just gives Mumbles all the ammunition he needs to troll the living shit out of me. And for all I can say about that is, Mumbles, you are my wife. Like, give me a good funeral. God damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Sean, get in touch with my wife and give me a good, will you please give me a good goddamn funeral? That's all I want. Well, I know that's not all what I want. Anyway. Um, I don't know. Fuck it. It's late. And you might be going, Perch has been drinking, but not really. I'm not too much. I've had like 2 whiskeys and a beer. That's it. It's like nothing for me. I don't know. All right. So what are we trying to clean up with all this? Okay. So let's talk about a question I get. What do I hate about comics? Hey, actually, this is what I was going to get to. So people ask me all the time, like, Perch is so calm. And then every now and then he does a video, like he did that New Mutants 40th anniversary piece of shit. And it's like, wow, Perch is super pissed. This is the most calm guy in all of comics, and he's pissed. What's weird is if you meet me, I'm not that calm. I'm actually pretty energetic. One of these days, I mean, I will not do this, but one of these days I need to get some of the people who know me from, the work I do. My good buddy who used to do movie reviews, and I need to call him up again. He knows the work I do. A couple of others know the work I do kind of vaguely. I know Jeff does. A couple other people know the work I do. But the feedback I get from the team in the job I get is like, Perch, although they don't know me by that name, it's like he's the nicest guy. He's like a team builder. He helps like support people and mentor them, and like all this kind of very nice shit. And like I remember one, like he doesn't curse. That's the funniest part. But anyway, every now and then I do one of these videos where I roast something, and I don't even want to use the word roast because it's not accurate. I legitimately hate the fuck out of this comic. So it's not that I'm doing a comedy bit. I truly hate what's been done. And so people ask me, like, what does Perch really hate about comics? So here you go. Here's things I hate. I hate it when you so I'll just go on this long kind of ranting list. So number 1, I hate it when you change the fucking artist, randomly throughout the run. I would vastly prefer a shitty B talent, no name artist for the entire story arc than your jackass like changing the artist. And it's tough because I remember Captain America. So this was when Ta-Nehisi Coates was writing the comic, and it started with what little Francis Yu doing the art, and then it became Kubert for a while, and then it was just a bunch of random ass people. I fucking hated that. And one of the comics, I was ripping the shit out of it. Like, this art is garbage. Like, what's going on? And then the artist like wrote me going, I took a lot of what you said to heart, and I'm trying to do better. And like then I felt miserable for a day. I legitimately, it haunted me through the night. Like, oh man, I fucked that guy's dreams. I felt terrible. But what I realized, it's not the artist's fault. It's the dumbass editor that's like fucking around with the art. Don't change the art around, you asshole. Keep the artist the same. It screws up the comic. I hate that. I hate covers that are not iconic, but like have a tease for something in the story. Like the Flash is like running off the edge of the cliff going, oh my God, I'm going to fall to my death. And then you read the comic and there's nothing that resembles that scene in the comic at all. Like it's a bunch of bullshit. I would always prefer the cover to vaguely resemble the comic, but if you can't do that, like you get an Alex Ross cover of Captain America and he's like holding the flag and looking kind of sad. And then you read the comic and it's Captain America, like, shit, America's got a bunch of racists in it. I'm embarrassed to do this kind of, should I even wear the Captain America costume? Like, I guess I have to. I guess I'll do. Like that's not ideal, but that's still better than like a cover that like Captain America teams up with Wolverine and then there's no Wolverine in the comic. And in the 90s, they used to do that shit. Like Captain America has an encounter with Wolverine and there is no Wolverine. Like Logan appears like walking by in the background of a scene. You're like, yeah, that was your cameo. Like, fuck you, Marvel. That kind of shit I hate. I do hate when a comic book is struggling and they're trying to get over a new story and they're trying to do something interesting, And the creative team or the editor or the person who's writing the solicitations or whoever, you go and you say, how are they advertising this comic? How are they promoting it? How's the creative team getting behind it? Whatever it happens to be. And you look at what the creative team is doing, and none of them are talking about the fucking comic book that's struggling. And instead, all of them are like, god damn it, did you hear that Samuel Ito is a racist Uncle Tom asshole? Jesus, shut up. Nobody cares about your view on abortion. Sell your comic book. And I understand, by the way, that's a CG thing and everything else. But god damn it, like if your comic book is struggling, have at least an ounce of self-respect and self-preservation to try and save your job, as opposed to being the 5,161st person on Twitter to talk about how Republicans trying to get rid of abortion is bad. Okay, like, we get it, it's bad. Like the 500 people covered it before you. Nobody needs to hear you. I like Jerry Conway as a creator, but goddamn, stop retweeting shit that we've all seen. Oh no, wait, you don't say that some people in the Trump campaign were dodgy and potentially told an untrue statement, like one of the lawyers did something bad? Oh my God, who could have ever imagined this ever would have happened? Like thank you, Jerry Conway, for letting me know that a politician lied. Wow, breaking news. Thank you. What's sad about that is, like, you literally, Mr. Conway, who I respect a great deal, you have 5,000 things to talk about that are of more interest than that. You could say, hey, when I was coming up with an idea for, this story with the Punisher, I was walking down the street and I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know if I could make it. So I had to go into a Sbarro, and they're like, you got to buy some pizza. But I'm like, I need to use the bathroom. So I had to quickly buy a slice of garbage pizza I'm not going to eat so I could use the bathroom because I had to go to the bathroom. That is a more interesting story than however you feel about abortion laws in Kentucky. Fuck me. Like, tell something new. That's boring to me. I hate that shit. What else do I hate? I hate the fact that the price keeps going up in comics, and the people in charge, so Joe Quesada before he got shit canned, or Jim Lee or Marie Javins or whatever, those people, they always act like, what, the price? You have a problem with the price of comics? I've never heard this before. I have no idea. Comics are cheap. What do you mean the comics are expensive? I've never heard such a thing. Oh, come on. You got a 22 pages for $3.99. Who are you fucking kidding? Like, the comic's too expensive, asshole. Like, you don't have to go in there and go, yeah, I'm very sorry for the comic, but don't pretend like this is some new amazing piece of news to you. We all, like, everybody knows. Everybody's talking about this. It's too expensive. The least you could do is, like, pretend to ignore it, or say, man, it is expensive, but yeah, we got to eat. I mean, or you could just say nothing. But it's a disingenuous, like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's the same way I feel about when they do kind of, and this stretches beyond comics, when they do like racial or gender swaps. It's like, well, we decided to cast a black woman for Ariel, and we had no idea that people might have a problem with that. Like, come on. Okay, you knew somebody would be pissed about this. Now, you could do it anyway, but don't pretend like you were I was completely surprised that anyone would have an objection to changing the iconic look of a character that has been represented consistently for 30 years, and we're continuing, by the way, to represent the character that way in theme parks and toys and merchandise. We're continuing to represent her as a ditzy, hoarder, underage redhead who's, trying to date a prince, and it's 100% jailbait, but fuck it, everybody needs some good fish pussy, I guess. I mean, like, whatever. Like, you absolutely know that that's what people expect. So if you're going to say, like, at least say, hey, I know this is different from what you're used to, but fuck, have you heard this woman sing? She's got a good-ass voice. Like, she's amazing. You should listen to her sing. and you will be converted. Like, just admit the thing. This is the problem with social media and Twitter in general, is that people are people always pull this disingenuous act. Like, I had no idea that anyone would have a fucking problem with this. Like, you had no idea at all that when you decided to, radically change the status quo of a character, you had no idea that people would be upset when you published an Iron Man book and you made it about Hellcat more than Iron Man. You had no idea that people might object to that when they bought Iron Man and they got a weird ass story that had almost no Iron Man in it, that they might be upset with that. You are surprised at this outcome. That's the disingenuous part of it. I always hate it. It's like always they still do it. It's been what, almost 20 years, or maybe it's been fully 20 years, and you're like, there was a Joe Quesada in 2021 did this thing. It's like, I thought people would not be upset about taking away Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage. People are still upset about this. Yes, asshole. Yes, they are. Look at Reddit. Look at any message board. They're upset about it. Now, again, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You were in charge, but you can choose to ignore all these people, but don't pretend that somehow this stuff doesn't exist. Have some just general respect for the intelligence of your customers, asshole. That's what I have to say. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this train wreck of a video, and we're gonna move on. So there you go. I said to me, like, subscribe, whatever the fuck YouTube wants you to do. And thanks for listening.